Assalamualaikum everyone.
Assalamualaikum everybody. Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back to another episode of Safe2Talk. So today we'll do something a little bit different. We're going to be reviewing a video we watched on Ali Dawah's channel. The podcast is called Bitter Truth Show. So there was an episode that we kind of liked and we wanted to share some of our point of view. So the question was, who belongs in the kitchen, man or woman?
Just by that topic, I know a lot of you have opinions on that, but let's get started.
Let's get started, inshallah.
But I don't hear the discussion of men coming and saying this, but rather the reason why I had this topic in the first place is because there's a phenomena among sisters who are feminists and not feminists. Not everyone's feminist. They are saying, oh, but when you come home from work, cook. Or for example, this. No, why should I have to cook? I'm being very honest. Look, if I come home and I see my wife is exhausted, do you think I'm an animal? To be like, oh no, but I'm the alpha male, red pill. Yes, I'm going to beat you up now. No, I'm going to say, you're exhausted, no problem. Dishes? I'll do the dishes. You need to have mercy and rahmah. We are believing men. Nobody's saying that. The point is though, you do not, some people do not see what the men do. I'm so sorry. He puts his life at the line. You do security, yeah? Bro, people get stabbed to death.
Yeah.
They get stabbed to death, please. So the thing is here is that when men are doing work, it's kind of like, just because we don't visually see it. For example, the kids see what mom is doing. Running around, may Allah bless it, they have so much mercy. But they don't see dad lifting up those bricks.
No, they always saying to the kids, your father's working hard, don't make noise, he's coming home to rest.
Okay.
Yeah,
no,
100%. You're saying it like I'm belittling. No, I'm the first one to praise, alhamdulillah.
And you know what? I remember you saying this on another podcast, and I know you do. May Allah bless you. I know you do. I remember this exact words you said, that you do that. But we're talking about those who don't. Who, when their husband comes home, yeah, but you should do this and that. You don't do this enough for me. But you don't see the men doing it. But go to sister.
I've seen loads of situations that a lot of women bring their man down because they work and stuff, and they're not giving the woman what she needs. And they're trying to
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, so they make him look like, oh, you don't do nothing outside. So come on, do this.
I feel like their marriage, it has got. They obviously feel underappreciated to be digging their husband out with those situations. That's what I feel like.
Yeah,
I enjoy taking care of you. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy cleaning, making our home lovely because I enjoy that and it's appreciated and respected. Just as your hard work outside the house
and
is
respected. And the thing is, one thing I want to say that I don't want my wife doing things for me that she has to do things for me. I want her to do things for me because I want her to do it because she said, "Oh, I want to look after you. And I want to do the same for her." That's the difference. That a lot of relationships, a lot of marriages out there because the woman has to look after the husband. The man has to work. So the thing is, this is where the problem is.
Yeah.
It's having that respect and love for each other. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like my wife says to my kids and that, yeah, your dad is working hard. Don't wake him up or this, that. So they know.
And we still wake you up.
Yeah, we still wake you up. That's happened.
I mean, you don't see. I mean, obviously, we picked a point. The title of the title of the podcast is called "Who Belongs in the Kitchen." But honestly, we just picked a few minutes of what we thought was interesting. By the way, it's an hour and 20 minutes long podcast, so I would urge you to go watch it. But yeah, we wanted to talk about some of the things that we've heard during the little bit we've watched.
Told you guys,
some of the things that we always hear often is that mothers do this, fathers do that. There's always a comparison, and as you can see, they were trying to talk about, one of the questions they ask is when you come in, what did you do today?
Like the husband asking that to the wife?
No, the husband. No, I think the wife was asking the husband, like, what did you do today? Meaning, like, I had a long day with the kids at home. This, that. Okay. This is what I understood.
Okay.
And the question always having the comparison of what have you done versus what I've done.
Yeah, because it feels like a competition at that rate.
Yeah, but the thing is we shouldn't, because my job is to go out and come back and provide. Your job is to watch over what's going on in the house.
Yeah.
If we have kids that are little kids, then this is your
I feel like that's a lesson you learn with time because speaking for myself, I definitely did do that. Like, especially when the kids were young, like I would compare a lot and I'll be like, listen, I'm tired. Like I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And like, what are you doing? And what that did for us is it kind of like set us on different teams. Does that make sense? Like we were constantly like butting heads because of that. And I learned very quickly that the moment you take that out of your mind, like you do what you have to do, and then like he'll do what he has to do. You guys will always find a common ground to come and help each other. But it's hard. It's hard because, and I'll tell you from my perspective, it's because when you're so like what is it called? When you're so buried in everything that's going on in the day, and I have to take it out of my mind that I see you, like even now, like I see you working, but I don't see you physically working. Does that make sense? And then I'm just on my feet all day. So that's where the comparison would come from. Or I'm just tired, I'm drained, and you're just able to just pick up your stuff and go to the gym. You know what I mean? So it's little things like that. But I think with time, I learned that that's actually working against us and not helping us in any way. Instead of just being like, hey, like, I'm very tired today. Can you help me with this thing? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, it's something you have to learn. You have to go through it and realize.
At the beginning, you were questioning, like you've been sitting on a computer. Yeah, but the thing is, for those, obviously you guys don't know, but I work in IT. Obviously, we sit all day. And there's a lot of things, there's a lot of thinking and processing and project and documenting and putting Excels, all kind of stuff. Exactly.
Yeah.
So when she asks you, what have you done? The first thing I do, I just shut down, go to the gym. Why? Because obviously, just because you've been running around with the kids, it does not mean that I had less or I perform less. My job is my job, yours is yours. And it took
different.
us, it's different, and it took us a while for us to come to a sort of understanding. But the question was, who belongs in the kitchen?
Yeah, that's
Man
the
or
main
woman?
question of the thing. But I feel like the part that we picked is
Didn't
not
really-
really addressing that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to who belongs in the kitchen, like a lot of the answer, like you said, automatically you'll think woman. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's a question of who belongs in the kitchen. It's who is home and who's going to be doing most of the cooking. Does that make sense? Like everything you say in life, it's the way you deliver it. Do you understand?
Yep.
And if you say like, oh, you belong in the kitchen, like go in the kitchen, automatically I'm gonna get defensive. And automatically I'm gonna be like, I don't belong in the kitchen. It's just that I am home, like I'm a stay-at-home wife, mom. So of course you're working. So I have time to make food. I will make food. I will take care of my family. That's not a question. But it's how you deliver that message.
Yeah, but
It's how you say it.
nobody talks this way anyway. Like you belong in the kitchen, you better. Nobody really
Yeah.
talks or thinks that way.
Yeah.
It's just that the perspective, the perception, that people have, like stay-at-home mom will do the cooking,
Yeah.
right? And this is what we agree. Yeah, she does. My wife does all the cooking, but there are times where I want her to chill, relax, and I'll do the cooking. It does not mean just because I did 40 hours that now I'm not. No, we do help each other.
Yeah.
But she does the cooking more often.
Like I'll do it for the week, and then
Yes.
weekend comes and like he'll make us breakfast or he'll make us lunch that time. Like I just feel like we just balance, alhamdulillah. But I know that during the week, like Monday to Friday, I'm gonna make sure that everyone has something to eat because I consider that part of my job to do for the family, or like part of the things I do for the family. So the reason why I'm saying it's because when you say like a woman belongs in the kitchen, do you understand how that could come off?
Yeah, in today's generation.
In general. Like
No,
if you told me today,
today's generation, yes.
if you told me today your mom belonged in the kitchen, I would still be offended.
Yeah, but in today's generation.
Okay,
You know
fair
why?
enough.
Because back then when I used to live with my uncle and aunt, and I have a lot of cousins, automatically, we didn't even have to question. I've never seen a Somali man in the kitchen. Never. So we automatically assume the woman belonged in the kitchen. And it was not sort of downplaying this.
When you say it, it's downgrading. Do you understand what I mean? Because when you say you belong in the kitchen, I don't like. There's
we don't mean the slave.
Yes, of
slavery.
But when you say it in that way, it is automatically taken as that's all I am good for. You can laugh because I know you want to laugh, but I'm saying you say it's. I believe, okay, let's just say, like, I have something to say to you, or like there's something you did and I don't agree with it. The way I come at you and the words that I use will matter in that moment. Yes or no? So if you say to me, "Hey, you belong in the kitchen," I'm gonna get defensive.
But nobody talks that way. So you don't. So when it says when people say when someone says a father will die for his family, it does not mean he's gonna go. Every
Literally
father dies.
Okay.
Every father dies for the.
Okay.
It means that whatever we do
It's for the sake of our family.
is for the sake of our
And I
family.
believe
Whether it's for me to be a cop, or it's for me to be a firefighter, or it's for me to be a security guard, like one of the brothers, is just the terms means it just means that certain role within the couple. It just means that that the man is a protector and the mother is the.
I prefer that.
And the mother is the.
What do you mean? The housemaker, the homemaker. See, I prefer that. I'd rather be a homemaker than the one who belongs.
But it does not mean that you're a slave and you're supposed to cook for me and clean.
I get it. No, I get it. I just feel like anything you say, there's a way to say it, and there's a way to deliver that, and there's a way to say it, still be empathetic to the person and how they're going to receive it. That's the way I view things. And there's nothing wrong with that, because if you can always find a nicer way to say something, choose that nicer way.
Have you heard you belong to the kitchen ever before?
From you?
No, from in general. Like people talking, hey, woman, you belong to the kitchen.
No, what's a woman's job? Cooking food and taking care of the kids.
No, I believe a woman's job is to stay home, which is everything that comes with the home. So
yeah, she's
if it's a kid, it's the kids, the cook, it's whatever that comes with the home.
Yeah, a woman's job, like a woman's role is to take care of her home until the kids are older, and then I believe that too. But like you said, it's not. I don't know, but we'll agree to disagree on that. I just think it's very one of the things that she said that I would like to point out is, even though I do think that your job is not physically demanding, and like yes, mentally, I know with the years I've learned that like mental load is just as bad as physical, or almost as bad as physical, but I still make it a point to make sure that the kids know how hard you work for us. You know what I mean? Like she pointed out that as women, we always say to our kids like, oh, dad is working, or like dad is working hard and stuff like that. I make it a point to always say thank you to you for like when you get them stuff, or like when you're working, to be quiet, dad is working hard for us. Like I make it a point to make it known, to the point where my 5-year-old actually believes that women don't work. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're having this conversation and he's like, mommy, like I said something like, oh, now you guys are in daycare, so mommy's gonna start working. He's like, what? Like women work? And see, that's the thing I don't want to teach my kids. I don't want my kids to think that only a dad works and a woman just stays home. I don't want that. Like I want them to know that I am home because I want to take care of them for the moment, but I will eventually, when they don't need me as much, go to work. Right? So we're having that conversation with him, and that day I actually remember telling you that, and he's like, only dads work. And I was like, oh my God. But
yeah, I mean, it's gonna take a while for him to understand that in today's generation, it's it's a little bit different, but that's another topic. But inshallah, that was one of the we didn't want the video is kind of long, so we didn't want to show you the part where it gets a little bit heated, quote unquote. But we'll put the link down on our description, so you can go watch out.
Sorry, let me ask you this: what do you think?
What?
In the sense of physical, like who obviously, like when he's talking about the fact that when you come home, you're still gonna help your wife when you see her that she needs help.
Of course.
But what do you think in the sense of like who is working more? I guess which one is harder?
To be honest, I don't know. But the thing is, the problem is when you ask that question, one, it's kind of loaded, because when you are at home, you're only dealing with your own stress, meaning whatever that's in the house.
I'm dealing with the kids.
Yeah, when I say own stress, I'm talking about everything that's in the house. When I'm working and you're dealing with a bunch of people, young, old, male, female, different personalities and different positions. Project, you have to encounter other people. So there's a lot of mental. Like I'm tired when I after Monday to Friday, I'm exhausted.
So on a Saturday, we're like last weekend, we had last Friday was a pretty hard day for us with the kids.
What happened last Friday?
Remember, they were off, and then it was just like everybody's emotions were like on high that day. What's more exhausting to you, a day like that, or a day in the office?
Of course.
A day like that. So then definitely you understand.
No, but the thing is, you don't have that every day.
I do have that constantly, though.
Okay, but you don't have that every day.
I have that constantly because just like yesterday, they came back from daycare and you saw how chaotic it was.
Yeah.
But I still have to control my emotions and still figure out how to deal with their emotions the best way that I can. Right? So again,
Are you saying your job is hard?
1,000%. 1,000% because I'm physical and mental load. Right?
Let's
I think we can.
disagree.
Yeah, let's agree to disagree because again, this has been a 6-year-long conversation, and yeah, I think we touched up a little bit on.
Yeah, we'll put the down. We'll
Put the link.
We'll put the link down below.
Yeah.
So you can go watch. Because honestly, Bit of Truth show has a lot of good topics that may help you, inshallah, one day. So
Or address, like, it helps actually address the situations that you're currently going through, like maybe with your spouse, and it just helps you know other people's perspective and not feel alone in the way that you think or the way that you feel in that moment. So, Jazakallah khair everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and subscribe, inshallah.
it's our
Assalamu alaikum.